Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in today's fourth video. I'm going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's fourth video. So day 10 will take us to around the 10th of April. We're going to set out beyond that instead of GFS and ECM ensembles. We're going to around a couple of weeks. Going to have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. And that'll take us pretty much through the whole of April. So it's going to be a bit of an April look here, but with the focus, of course, on the cold weather that's coming up over Easter and into next week. We are going to get still on course this northerly blast we're talking about in videos over the past few days. So yeah, big northerly plunge, bring cold air and a risk of snow for some of us as well. So I shall get on all of that for you very shortly. It's been a busy day, guys. So obviously we started off with our 7 AM upload, which is just a brief little forecast of the next 2 or 3 days. And we also released this month's ENSO update as well, bring you update what's happening in terms of La Nina and El Nino and all that kind of thing. And I made a USA forecast was on a Wednesday, have our forecast. United States, this is my final video of the day, so please smash that like button. And let us know in the comments what you think after that you've watched the video, and also make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Right, so this is the Just Giving page for the Gavin South Charity live stream. So Friday night, we're going to be doing a live stream after 10 o'clock. Me and Sab will be streaming here on the GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel. And put your teeth in, Gav, and we're going to be asking you if people can donate to the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulances. Of course, that means a lot to me. I'll explain more about that in the live stream. But this is the Just Giving page. We've got the link to this with the description, in the description, you know, with the video. So far we've raised £210. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely amazing. I wasn't expecting to raise anything like that, you know, just a couple of days in. So thank you so much to everybody who's donated so far, and all of the lovely messages that you've left as well. There's loads of really lovely messages that people have left for me, and I do read those. You know, thank you so much everybody for those very lovely and kind messages. If you'd like to give a donation to the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulance via the Gavin Sab charity live stream Just Giving page, all you need to do is come to the Just Giving page and you can donate whatever you want. You know, every little helps. So thank you so much to each and every one of you. Our target at the moment is £250. We're at £210. Absolutely incredible number. You know, unbelievable. So thank you so much everybody for all of the support. Yeah, 10 o'clock or just after 10 o'clock on Friday, myself and Sab will do a live stream. Not going to be weather related, so we won't do the weather with this. It's just going to be me and Savvy sort of hanging out, having a chat. You'll all be invited with the live chat as well, and we'll all have a chat and have a laugh with one another on Friday night, and hopefully be able to raise a little bit of money or a little bit more money for the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulance. So thank you to each and every one of you for the support. Incredible. Thank you so much. Right, so yesterday we had our warmest March day since 1968. This was the tweet from the UK Met that the Met put out yesterday. So remember, this is for yesterday, not today. It does start off today. It's been the warmest March day since 29th of March 1968, when 25.6 degrees was recorded in Maple, Cambridgeshire. Temperatures could get close to this all-time March record tomorrow. That's today, of course. Here's the little thing that they put out as well. So I'll just hit play on that, and you'll be able to see 24.5 degrees there at Kew Gardens. Warmest March day since 1968. I thought we'd have a look at what happened in 1968 through March and into April. So this is from the archives at West Central. This is 25th of March 1968, where we're actually in a relatively cool and showery sort of westerly flow, but it's not long after that but the wind really starts to push into the south. So here on the 26th, high pressure building from the Azores into France. That's dragging up the first push of warm air from the middle of the Atlantic, and then the heights sort of build over Central Europe, and that swings the wind round to the south. Very similar, actually, to what we've got right now, to be honest. So it all starts off with a ridge from the Azores building into west of Europe. The ridge then forms an area of high pressure across Central Europe, and that pulls the wind from the southwest, which is mild initially, into a proper warm southerly, with the air originating from sort of North Africa and the Mediterranean. I think there was Saharan dust with this southerly as well. That's 29th of March, so that's the day but reached 25 degrees, and we have our warmest March day since then. After that, right at the very end of the month, it does begin to turn a little bit cooler as winds turn back into the west. So the high pressure begins to slip south as we start to turn wind into the west. And look what happens as we get into early April 1968. This low pressure pushes through. Heights rise around Greenland. And here we are on the 2nd of April, pulling in a very cold northerly wind with high pressure blocking around Greenland and low pressure heading over into the southern Norwegian Sea. So very, very similar to what's going on right now. They're almost identical, really, virtually to the day. With the warm weather for the end of March and then turning much colder into the early part of April. There we are on the 4th of April. 1968 with a really cold northerly wind blasting down across the country. So uncannily similar, really, isn't it? Let's have a look at the up-rare temperatures there. That's the 5th of April. So yeah, we've got my 10 cells ice firm involved in this as well, just coming to the north of Scotland there on the 5th of April. It is uncannily similar how the patterns are so very, very similar to 1968 right now. And I'm sure you'll be wondering what the summer was like in 1968. Somebody's bound to ask me that in the comments, so I'll tell you now, the summer of 1968 was very, very bad. It was a really cool and wet summer. There were one or two sort of warmer, drier intervals, but generally the summer of 1968 was a very, very poor summer indeed. But then again, most of the summers in the 1960s were bad. The 1960s is a notorious decade for both very cold winters and generally poor summers. There were one or two slightly better summers, but even those by modern standards wouldn't be up to much now. So yeah, it wasn't a very good summer at all in 1968. The winter of 68-69 was eventually became very cold as well. By the way, it had a classic white Christmas. Through the Midlands. Here in North Hampshire, we had a classic white Christmas in 1968, unexpected and unforecast white Christmas at that. And then we had a really cold February with just piles of snow in February 1969. Anyway, that's a little trip down memory lane. It is uncannily similar, the situation right now to back in 1968, but that does not necessarily mean that we will carry on. It could just be a complete coincidence, and so it does not necessarily mean that this summer is going to be as bad as 1968. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But anyway, that's a history lesson. Right, let's have a look at latest observations from XC Weather, see what they're doing. So we've got 24 degrees now, flashing away there at Weybourne. Look at that, we're getting very close to that 25 Celsius but the Met tweeted about, from 1968. So it looks like we've equaled yesterday's temperature of 24 degrees. This may go up like another degree or so, and we might hit 25. We'll wait and see how that plays out. But it's certainly very warm anyway out there this afternoon. It is more like a July afternoon than a March afternoon. Cranwell is at 23 degrees. Wittering is at 21. We've got Cranfield at 20. We've got Church Lawford at 22. These are remarkable temperatures really for March. I mean, we're right at the end of March, of course, last day of the month. But these are really quite remarkable. It's actually a little bit warmer like through the Midlands into eastern England than it is in the southeast. So, for example, Farnborough is just at 18 degrees. North Isles at 20. There's quite a lot of high cloud and a little bit of Saharan dust in the atmosphere today down in the south. Luton is at 19 degrees. In the south, he's got Manchester at 22. Then southwestern England, got Cardinham at 16. Into Wales, we've got Sennybridge at 17 degrees. Got Lake Vyrnwy at 18 degrees. We've got Capel Currig at 18 degrees. Got Rhyl 14 degrees. Into northern England, got Leeds at 18 degrees. Teesside's at 19. So even into the northeast of England, it gets pretty warm. 16 degrees. Newcastle is well above average there. But look what's happening across Scotland. Strathallan at just 8 degrees. Drumalbin at 11 degrees. But go further northwards, Aviemore is just at 4 degrees right now. Inverness is at 5 dredegrees. Lossiemouth at 5 degrees. Aberdeen at 5 degrees. Wick at 6 degrees. Outnahara at 6 degrees. Tulloch Bridge at 5 degrees. So clearly it's getting much colder in the north. By the this is a huge temperature contrast. 4 degrees, 5 degrees in North Scotland to 24 degrees down across southeastern England. A 20-degree temperature differential. Absolutely remarkable. Belfast at 12 degrees, and down into the Republic of Ireland, we've got Oak Park at, what was that at? Was that 15 degrees? These cooler, colder temperatures in the north are going to push southwards. It'll take a while to get the heat out of the south, but by Friday we're all going to be in a much colder area. So really by tomorrow, most of us will be in a much colder area. So just be far southwest of England that clings on to the relatively warm temperatures, but most places are heading into those much cooler temperatures. But if you think that's cold, just wait for what we've got coming up over the bank holiday weekend. Now, obviously, all of this is having an effect on the central temperature. So the CET has reached 7.2. That's 1.5 degrees above average. That's provisional to yesterday. As we're having a very warm day today, obviously that's going to go up further, probably to 7.4, I would have thought, today. But then there might be a downwards correction. So I think in the end, we're probably going to come out somewhere in below 7, somewhere between 7.0 to probably around 7.3. We will see, hopefully, tomorrow where the CET is going to end up. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks, we're at Birmingham today again. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, starting off significantly above average at the moment. Of course, temperature is going to lower through the rest of this week, not becoming cold, but temperature is certainly going to cool down. Over the next 2 or 3 days. But it's really into the weekend, and the second half of the weekend, we get this plunge in temperature. That's still on course, has not changed, has not altered. Certainly into Monday, big northerly coming through, dipping the temperature potentially as low as around -5 to -10 at 850 kPa. And then just staying pretty cold, really. That's gone a bit wonky. Staying pretty cold, really, into the second week of April. We may see a bit of a recovery in the upper air temperatures and the surface temperatures by the middle of April, but it's going to take a while to recover from this big drop in the temperature that we've got coming up. A lot of dry weather over the next few days as well. There is a little bit of precipitation there associated with the cold front that's coming south, introducing that cooler air from the north, but it's a very weak feature, so I think it'll only be like a few showers, really. And then relatively dry into the bank holiday weekend. Later in the bank holiday weekend, from Monday through into next week, it is going to turn more unsettled. It's pretty cold. There might be some wintry potential there as well. I would have thought, for Birmingham, probably more sort of rain and hail type situation. But there will be sleet and snow potentially in some of these showers, particularly so for more northern areas. It will be very interesting to see what does happen next week, because it's not very often we get such a cold northerly blast in April. So it'll be very interesting to see how widespread any wintry showers are. I would expect to see snow watch turning up at some point over the Easter weekend. We may even do a live sort of snow watch on Sunday. We've got a live stream for Easter Sunday penciled in. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we might do snow watch within that live stream on Sunday. What does everybody think about that? Let me know in the comments. Right, temperature anomalies from the 31st of March to the 8th of April. Going to be below average, a cold and average week coming up for not just the UK, but much of Western Europe. Precipitation anomalies from the 31st of March to the 8th of April. Drier than average away from northern Scotland. Excuse me, latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows the change. Look at this. We're drawing up the air from the south across southern parts of the country. The air is wafting up from France just here. But further northwards, we're drawing in cold northerly and northeasterly winds. In between, there's a cold front that marks the boundary. It's a very weak feature, will become a very weak feature as it moves southwards. Let's see if we can pick out some of this Saharan dust show. Let's have a look at the particulates. There we go. So yeah, you can see it. Look at this. This is like showing what's happening within the atmosphere in terms of particulates and dust and that sort of thing. And you can see there's plenty of it, like off the coast of East Anglia, just there, but quite a bit around these southern areas and southwestern areas too. Nice clear air further north. Look at that, across northern Scotland, where we're digging in that Arctic air. the air is much clearer up there, but there is a lot of dust and stuff, sand within the atmosphere today on these warm southerly winds. Right, so this is how UK Met is looking Saturday. High pressure will be sitting over and to the west of the country on Saturday, bringing a mainly dry day for Easter Saturday. Temperatures should actually be a little bit warmer, I think, on Saturday. Could reach upper teens Celsius across northeastern parts of Scotland, for example. Easter Sunday will take that high pressure further out into the Atlantic and start to move it up towards Greenland. Got a cold front to the north of the country through here at midnight on Easter Sunday. By the time you go through to midnight on Easter Monday, look at that, the north is blasting down across the country. The cold front is plunging southeastwards across the country as well, introducing that big old northerly blast, uncannily similar to 1968 all of this, isn't it? Absolutely remarkable similarity. This is, as far as we go with UK Met, Tuesday the 6th of April, again, northerly winds pushing right way down western side of Europe. Look at this, it's such a long fetch northerly, but it starts like in the Arctic Circle, and it's pushing all the way down to southern Spain and North Africa. Absolutely remarkable if you follow the ice bars all the way down. Absolutely remarkable how long fetch that northerly wind is. Right, that's as far as we get with the UK Met. This is how the GFS 6 is. So we're going to get high pressure over the country on Saturday, brings lots of dry and fine weather. The high pressure end pushes up to Greenland. Look at this, going for 1,090 millibars there over Greenland. 6 a.m. on Easter Sunday. That's a record. If that came off, that would be a record-breaking area of high pressure. You have to be a little bit wary about high pressure over Greenland, because some of it can be, some of it can be because it's very high up anyway, so it's high elevation. Greenland, but it does also have probably a genuine sort of reading. I don't know. We'll find out. You know, if we break the record for the most intense Greenland high, then we'll find out. But I think 1,090 millibars will get us out. I think 185 millibars will get us to a record. So 190 certainly should do. Absolutely remarkable. And of course, that's going to force down this very, very cold air that's sitting over Greenland and Iceland as the wind swings into the north. That's going to force it southwards. So this is how things look at by the end of Easter Sunday, just as I'm starting the live stream at 6 p.m. And yeah, the northerly wind will be introducing itself into Scotland. So a northerly blast coming into Scotland behind an active cold front. We'll take a band of rain southwards. All that nice 10 cells ice firm is digging into Scotland. And by the time we get through to 6 a.m. on Easter Monday, we are all within this Arctic northerly blast. And the minus 10 cells ice firm is widely across Scotland. I've got a little bit of minus 10 at 850 HPA type air across parts of England and Wales as well. Big northerly bits, big northerly through the second half of the Easter weekend. It carries on into next Tuesday as well. Later next week, the wind sort of starts to try and back a little bit more to the west. So the temperature should lift up a little bit through the middle of next week, but will still be unsettled. Will still certainly be colder than average as well, by the way. And as we get to day 10, we're still looking pretty cool and unsettled even then, with relatively high pressure still left over Greenland and still something of a mid-Atlantic ridge as well. In the more extreme range, we do start to recover the temperature as we run up towards the middle of the month. This is 12th of April, starting to bring up something a little bit milder from the Atlantic then. But still quite unsettled. We finish up actually looking pretty wet and windy there on the 16th of April. That's as far as we get to with GFS 6 there. Basically, snow, the precipitation type forecast based on that GFS 6 run from Tometeo.com. So loads of dry weather coming up over the next few days. As we get into Sunday, here's the cold front plunging southwards. Snow appearing across Scotland on that cold front. So there's a bit of an undercut taking place. And then into the early hours of Easter Monday, we find maybe some wind shear potential coming down through the Midlands. You know, Wales, the Midlands, Eastern England. Definitely the suggestion is there that there could be some snow pushing southwards on that cold front, probably because there's an undercut of cold air taking place. Behind it, we've got lots of snow showers packing into the north and the northwest as well. This is even bringing some snow, look at this, into the southeast of England at breakfast, around breakfast time on Easter Monday on that cold front. That's clearing away, leaving us with those gale force northerly winds and lots of heavy snow showers being drawn in on those northerly winds. So these are all wintry showers, and they could bring snow almost anywhere, but also rain, hail, thunder, lightning Those showers could well be very active with such cold upper air temperature combining with a relatively warm sun. And more wintry weather into Tuesday as well. By Wednesday, we are shifting more towards rain, I think, away from northern parts of the country as the upper air temperatures and everything starts to recover. But still pretty chilly, even like to the following weekend. The suggestion is there, but certainly for the northern areas anyway, there's a risk of some snow. This is how the GEM is looking. Again, mainly dry on Friday. Actually, I think that's yesterday's GM. Yeah, that's yesterday's Tuesday. So we'll back out. We'll reverse ferret out of that quickly, and forget that happened. We'll move on to the ECMWF instead. Never mind, that didn't happen, everyone. Right, so this is the ECM. This is for today, Wednesday, 31st of March. No problems there. High pressure over top of the country on Saturday. High pressure then pulls northwards as we go through into Sunday, and we'll start to draw in this very cold northerly wind from Sunday into bank holiday Monday. There's the position of a cold front through there, and then of course behind that we open the doors to that long fetch northerly wind all the way from the Arctic. Upper air temperature looking very cold. By the time we get through to Tuesday next week, again northerly winds blasting through the country on 10 cells isotherm. The northern half of the country, staying cold with northerly winds into Wednesday, still with -10 up across Scotland. Low pressure then pushes in from the northwest as we go through into Thursday. That could bring more general outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow into the north. And we finish up at day 10, pushing this low through across the country. That's got some milder air associated with it, but notice high pressure is still there over Greenland. That never goes away. So as this low pressure pushes through, we will probably, if that comes off, renew the northerly, actually. So as the low pressure exits away to the east, we probably pull wind back into the north again, given that pressure is still high through the North Atlantic and up to Greenland. This is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run. So let's just have a quick look at this. Again, loads of dry weather coming up over the next few days. As we get through into weekend, that's when the northerly sets in. So this is taking us from Sunday into Monday. The cold front pushing southwards, taking a band of rain. Could be some wintry weather associated with that down across the country. And then behind it, winds in from the north. We bring in those snow showers. They pack in to northern areas. And particularly around the coast. It doesn't show much inland, but I think, you know, the showers could be a little bit more widespread than that suggests inland. We'll know a little bit closer to the time frame. That's that next area of low pressure coming in next Thursday. That's bringing more general areas of snow actually to the northern half of the country. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, probably showers for England and Wales. And then moving up towards day 10, we bring wet weather in from off the Atlantic. That brings us heavy rain to England and Wales. On the northern side of that, though, again, there is a suggestion of some snow. Quite a wintry outlook, given we are talking about April here. These are the options on the table from the ECM ensembles today for day 10. Gets us to the 10th of April. We have 26 from the ECM ensembles 5 years. We have 26 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to the east of the country combined with a mid-Atlantic ridge that will pull down winds from the north again, probably, as we get to day 10. And then 25 have low pressure over top of the country. That's going to be very unsettled, of course. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options, or this is the option that we got, since there's only one of them. It gets us to the 15th of April. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles have low pressure just to our east. And so probably unsettled and probably quite cool, at the very least, even then, with winds in from a northwesterly direction. Last thing we'll look at for this video is going to be BCFS V2. These are 500 millibar heights, broken down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 31st of March to 6th of April. The coming week takes the high pressure away to the northwest and starts to introduce those cold northerly winds by the end of the Easter weekend. Week 2 will be the 7th to the 13th of March. Low pressure again over to the east of the country. High pressure away to the northwest. Down comes that northerly, so we'll be cold and unsettled. Week 3 sees a recovery. This is the 14th to the 20th of April. Low pressure then is up to the north. High pressure developing around Spain. Winds going back into a west-southwesterly direction. It's becoming milder and, for the south anyway, drier. And then week 4 looks quite nice if you want spring weather. This is the 21st of April to 27th with a nice big area of high pressure over and just to the south of the country, which would draw up winds from southwest. That should be pretty warm. And you will think quite a lot of dry weather with that too. So spring returns for the middle and second half of April with CFS today after a cold, cold sort of first half. But enjoy this video, then please can you smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see future weather content. Tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. So thank you so much to all of you. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Don't forget to check out our Just Giving page. Raising money for the Warwickshire and Northamptonshire Air Ambulance. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. We have hit 10.8k subscribers, so our sort of mini target 10.8k has been achieved, and we're going to see how long it takes now to push on to eventually, hopefully, ultimately, 11k subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting us this far. Right, so that's it for videos for today. Tomorrow's got a lot coming up. European Outlook, I think we're going to have a fun look at Easter, have a 10 to 14 day, and Terry Scoley's April forecast will be released as a video here on the channel tomorrow. That's a new feature that we started this month. So Terry's April forecast video tomorrow as well. For today's video, so for this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.